My name is Mustafa. I am the host. I am the solo developer of Sabr Path, which is what the channel is named after. The my solo game studio. On this channel, for those of you who are new, um, I have experience working in the game industry. I've worked administrative work at Treyarch for 3 years, and I've done QA work at another very large indie. It was like a tech startup place. It's a mix between gaming and it was a fitness gaming place. So it was a mix between gaming and software development. But doing QA for them for 3.5 years. I have developed my own game that I've released on Steam. I have another game that I plan on eventually finishing. I'm just too busy to work on it right now. I teach at the college level. I've taught game design, QA testing. Currently teach graphic design. Um, that's basically who I am. And as far as the channel goes, what can I say? So the channel basically I focus on talking about gaming topics, more topical, trending topics, and I give my thoughts and analysis on it. Again, for those who are new, my top video so far is talking about the DEI training at the second company that I mentioned, the fitness, indoor fitness um, software development company. So that was my top video talking about the DEI training that they forced us to do to give you an idea of what type of topics I talk about. Also, I'm pretty sure I sound really stuffy right now. Allergies hit me really hard. I don't think I'm sick. This is like the second day in a row though, but yeah, allergies are really hard, especially around the home. I told the leasing office to change the filter, the air filter for the AC. Um, I've been running my air filter in my office for the last couple of days, and I mean when I go out somewhere else, like go to work or whatever, it's not as bad. So I'm pretty sure it's allergies. But I'm just really stuffy right now. Hey Jimmy, assalamu alaikum. Hey, thanks for joining. Inshallah, looking forward to Shahr Ramadan starting soon, and inshallah, you have a blessed Shahr Ramadan, Jimmy. You sound like yeah. I was just mentioning, I'm not sick. I just have allergies, and that. So I was debating on if I should even do this or not. But yeah, I'm just allergies hit me really hard. It's getting better though. So I think it's due to the weather change. And that's resulting to the allergies. I was smoked. Um, so anyways, um, main topic today. I have like two main topics. I'm gonna talk about Horizon. What's it called? Hunter's Gathering, as well as Overwatch. Now it's called Overwatch, not Overwatch 2. Um, so those are the main topics, and they're kind of tied together too. Hey, good morning, Jackie B. Good, and happy time zones, everyone. Hey, welcome. I don't think I recognize you. Did you change your name or something? Because it says you're number two, but like I don't think I recognize your name. But welcome to the chat. I appreciate you being here. May Allah grant you Shifa. Thank you, Jimmy. Anyways, some quick updates. Do I have any updates? I don't really have any updates. No, no real update. Oh, I might start doing QA for um, this tech startup. I didn't sign any NDAs with him, so I don't think I'm not allowed to say anything. But at the same time, I don't want to say anything yet because I didn't get hired by him yet. Basically, this guy's former Meta, and he's doing a tech startup. I'm not going to talk about what exactly he's doing, but he's contracted me through Upwork, and he basically wants to get the what's it called, the MVP, the minimal viable product. He wants to get it working by March so that he can get investors. Like think Shark Tank. If you have ever seen that show Shark Tank, he's gonna try to get investors to invest in his startup. So basically, he was really excited to talk to me about QA. I was telling him about my experience and what I've done, and he seemed really excited. So he said I'll hear back from him soon as far as working with him. But other than that, I mean, that's a part-time job because he said 3 to 4 hours a day of QA, as well as he said he would like to go beyond a month, but right now they're just looking at the month because of this is what they're trying to do with getting the investors. So I mean, it might completely blow over, but I mean, I'm pretty happy that looks like I have something solid to fill in the time. Other than my other 2 jobs. I know 3 jobs, that's a lot of jobs, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, gotta pay the bills. Anyways, let me catch up with the chat. You okay? Yeah, you're new. Thanks for joining. I appreciate that you're been watching your channel for a while. I appreciate you finally catching up with the live stream. It's with my voice being crappy and and full of allergies. Guten Tag, mates. Oh man, I gotta say your name right this time. I've been saying it wrong. Saravanan Balaji. I think that's better than what I was saying before. Anyways, thanks for joining up, Saravanan. I always appreciate seeing you in here. Some got cold too much. No, it's not cold. What I was mentioning earlier is it's allergies. It's due to the weather change because we're getting warm weather now where I'm living, and due to the quick change of weather, the allergies are hitting me hard. Yeah, it's getting better though. A couple of days ago, I was like not sure if I was sick or not. In fact, this morning I thought I was sick too because I had a sore throat a little bit. But I guess it was due to me sleeping with my mouth open or something. But the soreness is gone from my throat. But anyways, it's just allergies. Hope you get better soon. And you still sound good and everything looks good to me. Thanks, Jackie. I'll just call you Jackie, not Jackie. Be good, just Jackie. All right. Yeah, that's it as far as updates. Let me start getting the tabs up. Make sure the sound's not on yet. I'm just gonna open some tabs. So I think we're gonna talk about Horizon Hunters first because that happened first. Did that happen first, or was it? I think let's do Horizon Hunters first. We'll do Horizon Hunters, and then we'll talk about oh snap! Okay, good thing that audio wasn't on because the audio I had it playing the preview of the live stream, and it looks like the audio was running, but OBS wasn't picking it up because I have the computer audio off on OBS, so that's good. That would have sounded like an echo because it would have been playing my here. Like let me show this. Just go to transition. Yeah, just to explain better. So I'm watching the I was looking at the chat over here, and this is my preview up here, and the audio was on, but fortunately on OBS, the audio from my computer was off, so there's no echo. That would be very unpleasant for you guys to hear an echo on top of my my scratchy voice. Let's go back here. Let's transition back. What are we seeing? Okay. Hey, Angry Chair, welcome to the chat, and let's start talking about. Whoa. All right, I guess these links didn't open properly. Let me open them again. No. Okay, so let's do it this way. All right. No, not found. All right, give me 1 second. Let me find some. So what I'm trying to do is get video as well as. Oh, I see what's wrong. No. So I'm trying to get video of Horizon Hunters Gathering, as well as. Okay, there's one. No, this video isn't available anymore. Okay, let's just search Horizon Hunters Gathering. Okay, so a lot of people talking about it, but I want like official. Okay, here's an official announcement trailer. 10 minutes. Why is this 10 minutes long? Does it have the gameplay too? Cinematic trailer, and then the dude talking. All right, we'll have this on screen. And then let me get the Overwatch stuff on screen too. Okay, there's an Overwatch. This is too long. 30 minutes? Okay. I don't know. All right, so I'll get that, and let me update this. So we're 12 minutes into the broadcast. 12 minutes? Okay, let me edit. Oh no. Anyways, let me just get started. We'll just talk about this first. All right. So first, Horizon Hunters Gathering. Show of hands. Who has already watched the trailer for Horizon Hunters Gathering? So, let's see. Funniest I've heard: Horizon Zero Salads. I get that, 'cause she's fat. I like a lot the new Concord 5. Concord 5. I thought this was Concord 4. Which one's Concord 4? So we have Concord. We have what's it called? The one that just came out, High Guard. We have Marathon, and then we have this. What else is on the Concord table to make this Concord 5? Okay, so let's no salad for the hunter gatherer. All right, so let's get this on screen. So what I think I'm gonna do to avoid getting in trouble, because when I shown one of these trailers, it was, what was it? The Splinter Cell, the animated Netflix show. I was showing the whole thing from start to end, and then I got in trouble for that. So I need to stop like every 20, 30 seconds, so I don't get in trouble, because I had to cut out the whole thing completely. So let's switch over. Let me put this on. Talk about Sail Dodger. She's fat. She dodged every arrow in the trailer almost. Yeah, that's exactly. That's one thing I asked on Twitter. Where is it? X.com. Let's switch screens. Transition. Go to profile. Yeah. So this is one thing I wrote. I've played the first Horizon game. No one had superpowers. That's all I played. I've only played the first one. I didn't play for what was the Forbidden West, I think. I wrote, is there any in-universe explanation why this 600-pound woman can run so fast? Does she have superpowers, or do the devs not know what are the capabilities of the morbidly obese? Like it makes no sense. Like, because in that first game, it's set in a grounded world. When I say grounded, it doesn't mean like completely realistic. It means it's based off of what we know as physically true. What a man and a woman can physically do without having superpowers. Yeah, there's some science fiction in there, but like from what I saw in that first game, like there is no in-world explanation as to why a 600-pound woman can run so fast. And then I wrote this too: is Sokka's new look an upgrade or downgrade? Because when I saw this, I was like, that's the same fake beard. They're both wearing the same fake beard. Anyways, let me catch up with the chat. You read that. More mass and more muscle, right? Exactly. That's what they think happens. All right, so let's get started on this. So, okay, let's put on the volume. So one thing I'm going to say right now, as of this point right now, this looks really good. Guerrilla Games are very talented when it comes to making a good-looking world. This style works really well with this universe, especially because of how colorful it is. So a lot of AAA games, they go for high fidelity, meaning like a more realistic but and also technically impressive look. And one thing that the Horizon games have done really well is using high fidelity as well as an artistic, stylized look. Like it combines the two together. This one, rather than going high fidelity, this is more of a cartoony look, but it still stays within the same universe. And I think that so far, like this portion looks really good. Horizon side. Let me catch up. There's no volume for the video. Is that there's no okay. All right, I turn it on. Let me know if there's still no volume. I just forgot to turn it on OBS. Horizon sadly reminds me of World of Warcraft. The design team is clearly carrying it. Yeah, she would have to sit in a tent and eat everything that the other people hunted down and brought to her. She'd have to get some kind of decadent atrocity or some GD society. That's funny. All right, so yeah, let's get back to this.
And they turned against us. Now,
like, let me rewind just a second.
Against us.
This like lightning effect. I'm a big sucker for this type of cartoony lightning, like very vivid, bright color, almost anime-esque. I'm a sucker for this type of style.
Now, they're getting deadlier by the day.
And the purple emitting from their eyes and this energy field that they're walking through, all of it, I love it. I think it looks fantastic.
All across the land.
And
People are dying.
even this part, well, not this, but this world, this globe in front of him, like I think this looks great. Now, this dude, why has he got a belly? Why has he got like a beer gut? From what I understand from the game, they from the first game, they are in a far future, and like a tribalistic society. Yeah, they have technology, but they're not living in a world in which we have a bunch of processed foods. They're eating food like hunter gatherers. Like there is no reason for this dude to have a beer belly. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Hey, I see Peaceful Dance. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you being here. She would have, yeah, okay, I read that. Oh yeah. I forgot to say hi to you though. I read your thing, but I forgot to say hi. There's no way of getting this fat having provide for yourself another. Yeah, definitely for that woman, definitely. But even this guy, I think his beer belly is too much. For the world that they live in, the world that they set up. This is like modern day American build. Some guy who doesn't work out, who sits on the couch, drinks beer. This is the type of build he has, and he should not have this type of build. He should be more fit looking. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Let me get back to here. Half the villagers are fat AF. By the way, the guy who created the Robo Dinosaurs hard surface model for Horizon Zero Dawn has passed away after the game was shipped. Oh, rest in peace. He did a great job. There was a guy that also compiled every time a character did a smirk in this trailer. It's that edgy, cringe, rebellious vibe. They want to recreate. It pushes me away a lot. It's that what's it called? It's called the DreamWorks smirk. Like the the half smile. Like every DreamWorks character has it. Clearly, this hey Cosgrove, welcome. Glad to see you in here. Clearly, this particular tribe is very well off. No real struggles here. Exactly. Didn't know that. Wow. Maybe they collect EBT. Oh man. Okay, let's get back to this.
People are dying. That's why our leader gave me this command. We have to.
This dude's short. Like, he's literally the same height as Aloy. And she's not exactly tall. I don't mind how she looks. I mean, I know some people are like talking about how she looks, and I don't think there's anything wrong. That she has she looks the same. I feel like she looks like the same character. Maybe her eyes are a little too wide, but I feel like they made her look the same. I don't have a problem with how she looks.
Command. We have to fight back. And to
This dude is like, look at the way how he walks.
we have to fight back.
He's like, the dude's clearly out of shape. He's wearing a dress. I mean, I know this is supposed to be armor, but it just comes down so low that it looks like a dress.
And to do that, we need a team.
There's Sokka.
Soldiers who always hold the line.
So this guy, let's before we move on to Fatty, this guy, I think overall, first of all, let me say, overall, all the characters except for Fatty, I think on their own as individuals, if you just look at them individually, I think they look fine. I don't think as individuals these characters look bad. Unlike Concord, where each one individually they look terrible. I think these characters look fine. The major problem with all these characters is that none of them look like they're a cool main hero that people want to play as. I think they all look like side characters or supporting characters. None of them look like the main person you want to play as. Like you look at games that have multiple characters, they have a range of really cool characters. Like for example, fighting games and arena shooters. Overwatch, Street Fighter, Tekken. They have a range of really cool designs, and many of them can be the main guy. And I want to clarify something because this kind of contradicts what I said last week about the main guy. So there's basically two types of routes you can go with the main guy. One route you go with the main guy is the blank slate. That's what I was talking about last week. The blank slate is used a lot. As far as even anime use the blank slate. The main character is like a plain guy with black hair, and then the best friend's cooler looking than the main guy. And then the reason why is because that route to go with the main character is to make the character look blank enough for you to imagine yourself in that role. And then the other route of main character is just have really cool looking characters, like having Street Fighter characters, Overwatch, etc. So those are the two main routes. And when I'm talking about no one in this game looks like a main character, that's what I'm talking about. None of them look cool enough. Like this guy, he doesn't look bad. I don't think he looks bad at all. The main issues with him is one, his beard looks really silly, and two, he is so tall and lanky. That's why he's constantly down low and in like a triangle position. Every single frame he's in a triangle, which is on its own, that's actually good visual communication because he looks dangerous. The triangle shape is always dangerous looking. But he's just very tall and lanky. He doesn't look like the main character. Now this Big Bertha. Oh. So one thing people have been. Let me play the whole thing first, and then we'll do it in slow mo. Wild Al Sharpton.
And mercenaries.
Yeah, she's dodging all the arrows, and she's running so fast that she's knocking everybody over. Like she can't stop running. She is so fast. Let me put this in slow motion. So a lot of people have been. Where's the speed? Playback speed. Some people have accused this of having AI. Let me turn off the volume too, and then we'll go start playing this. Like AI animation, because some of the frames, like we got, let me slow this down even more. Playback speed. Let's make it S. Okay, this is the slowest. All right, let's do this. So yeah, like you have some frames where she just randomly has extra stuff going on. So like you can see that again. So maybe those are supposed to be like the in-betweeners, like to do more motion, like additional motion. But people have been also accusing this of there's like an extra hand there. Some people have been accusing this of AI for the animations. And it just makes no sense as to how this big woman, like whoa. I just noticed. She has a peg leg. I didn't notice that at first. She's not only 600 pounds, but she has a peg leg. This is your checkbox character. Your big, strong woman who's 600 pounds and is missing a leg. I didn't realize that she was missing a leg. This is nuts. Like she has a peg. What is this nonsense? She probably is part of the Rainbow crew as well. Like you got to give her all of the check boxes. But yeah, like she's unstoppable. She's not out of breath. She's 600 pounds. Like, what is this nonsense? Why in this universe does that happen? Let me catch up with the chat. Go back here. Turn that back on. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. All right. Yeah, she has a peg leg. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Let me scroll up even further. Okay, the EBT Wild L Shopton. All right. Black dude looks like he came out of the 70s afro bell bottoms. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with his afro. In fact, his afro looks more modern than it does look 70s because, like in the 70s, the style was to have the afro be like a perfect sphere, and more modern fros are more wild shaped. And I feel like his afro is more modern looking than 70s looking. She has a peg leg. Oh my god! I don't believe I can't. You can use comma. Oh, comma to go back one frame. Let's test that out. Yeah. Whoa. Thank you. You got the shortcuts. Full stop to go on. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Salam, Mr. 10 years. Thanks for joining. My voice, it's allergies. I explained a couple times, so I'm not gonna explain it again. But I'm just gonna say it's allergies. That's it. She lost the sugar foot. Yeah. Oh man, that. I didn't even think about that. She lost it from diabetes. That's nuts. That is, they're playing so hard on the stereotype. That's crazy. Oh, box of checks. What? One too many box of cookies. Man, what clowning. This game is finally eligible for the Oscars. All right, let's continue.
Infiltrators who hide in the dark.
Okay, this makes no sense. Like, why is she holding the blade up to his face? She killed the one dude. She killed that this dude. But then she pulls the blade up to the dude. Why is she holding the blade up to this dude's face and then doing the whole smirk? I'm tough. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Her design, I don't feel like it matches the universe. Maybe in the second game there's characters dressed more like her, but in the first game I don't recall them dressed like her. That's my main problem with her. I don't think she's a bad design. She just seems like she doesn't fit the universe as far as the first game. This game, let's see, just for lulz, she was about to slash his throat. Yeah, exactly, just for the lulz. Why is she about to slash him? That was a power play. And she even did the whole like eyebrow thing.
And champions who shine in the light.
Champions who shine in the light. So that character probably, my guess with her is that she's probably like a boss babe, because I mean I don't feel like there's anything wrong with her. I mean, other than her clothing being too revealing for my taste, I feel like that character doesn't have anything obviously crazy. This dude, I mean, first of all, that pants is too close to his skin color. He looks naked. The pants should be either blue to match his tattoos and ropes, or it should be like a dark brown to match his hair. That's the wrong color. Like, why did they do that? Anyways, let's get back to this.
Whose stories are just beginning.
So that character, I don't feel like he's terrible, but again, he's not main character material. He looks like a goofy side character. I don't feel like he's cool enough for people to be like, yeah, I want to play that guy. He looks all right. The goat horns or the ram horns is, maybe some people might not like that. I don't personally like it. Some people might be fine with it, but I don't think he looks cool enough to be a main character. Everybody is very mid.
legends. Looking for one last
And then,
shot.
you know, since I mentioned Avatar earlier with Sokka, this guy just reminds me of Boomy, except without all the muscle. That's all he reminds me of, like a skinny version of Boomy. And I'm pretty sure this weapon is inspired by Monster Hunter, because I'm pretty sure Monster Hunter has weapons that have jets on the end. Let me the dude smirk. Ugh, this is the same smirk that everyone does. Let me catch up with the chat. The smirks make me cringe. Let me scroll up a little bit more. That was that was the last one I read. You can eat an apple as to how many times they smirk since you can't drink. I think she smirked upon the dude in the tunnel to show that her character. Oh, let me scroll down there. That her character moves in the shadow like a ninja, even better than those robot animals. Yeah, but still, it's like she's like she had the knife up to his throat. I get what you're saying though. But why was yeah, exactly. Why is the blade pointing at her friend? Exactly, I agree. Not a cool party looking character like Yoshimitsu. Yeah, Yoshimitsu is awesome. Well, it depends on the game. Some of his designs are weird. Like one of them, he has like a squid design. One of them, he has a bug design. But his designs range from awesome to just weird. Concord genre need to stop. Exactly. Horizon VR, Horizon Lego, new Horizon Concord. Calm down, Sony. Hey, Morrison. Welcome to the chat.
The last line of defense. For those who need it most. Made up.
So one thing that I don't understand, like he's like, this is the last line of defense. I just put together this group of 6 people or so, and we're going to be able to be the unstoppable force that we needed all along. Like if you guys were an unstoppable force all along, why didn't you team up earlier? It doesn't make sense. Like the premise makes no sense. The premise is that they needed Aloy to tell the dude to bring these together, and then they could finally stop the robots. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like there's no real reason as to why they weren't stopping them earlier. That doesn't make sense to me.
Of the greatest hunters in the land. This is Hunter's Gathering.
Let me scroll back just a little bit. So let's go back to their hero pose. One thing I want to mention is that I mean, again, none of them look exceptional, and I think that's the main problem is that they basically look like a group of weirdos and freaks rather than like a group of heroes. They just look like a group of side characters, and that itself is enough to make it look bad. Due to the fact that they just none of them look like they're the real hero, or like it's just not a group of cool looking characters. And another thing I want to point out, we look at especially right here, we have this guy in his triangle pose, and this guy in the exact same triangle pose, and her in a very similar triangle pose. Like they are lacking variety in their poses. We have half the team in the exact same triangle pose. And this goes with what I said earlier, that individually they don't look bad. They look fine. Well, other than her, what I'm saying does not include her. She's the worst. But individually, the other 5 look fine, but they, as a group, they look worse because of the fact that they just don't look cool enough. Let me. The AI is having a hard time rendering Mission Lady's peg leg. Let me scroll up a little bit. Also, if this is do or die situation, where is Aloy? Exactly, where is she? Like this doesn't. None of this makes sense. The whole premise doesn't make sense. Let me scroll up. I think I missed some stuff. Aloy is the most astroturfed nobody in the history of video game protagonist. I'm pretty sure there's worse. I thought she was fine the first game. I just played the first game. That was it. But I hear that there's stuff that goes on that's clear agenda driven things in the second game. You know, for the a post-apocalyptic survival, a lot of overweight. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Also, let me skip down. What's the ninja's sword? It looks like it's made of. Yeah, her sword, especially when in the scene when she's holding up the dude, it doesn't look shiny. It has a matte finish to the texture, which I mean I get that most of most of the this art style right here looks like that, but they should at least make the metal look shiny. Give it a different texture, different material on there. You have seen the village. Wait, let me. I missed one. Okay, here we go. This is so lateral, but related to the Smirks. Yesterday, I watched K-pop Demon Hunters against my will, and I actually was amazed how good it was. Better than anything Disney Pixar last 15 years. Have you heard of it? I heard of it. I'm just not interested in watching it. Or like K-pop in genre. Okay. Have you seen the village of them are fat? Yeah. Why are the NPCs fat? Also, their hair is different kind of Skittle rainbow flag. Mr. Hardcore mode picked up on that. Little redhead girl got the pan flag colors, etc. Oh, okay, all right. There's probably some hidden messages in there. Let's scroll up a little bit. Where is the Afro guy's air quiver? Yeah. Oh well, it's down there. It's down there to a side. Lazy AI trailer. So disappointed by Sony. Glad this game is gonna crash on arrival. So, yeah. Now that we've seen this, let me lower the volume a little bit. So we saw this in the trailer. Let's skip to like some gameplay. I'll just lower it a little bit. So, from what I understand, they didn't flat out say this game is a live service game. So it might be there's a possibility it's a premium price like $40 or $60 or maybe $70. As also, but due to it being designed within the grind gameplay loop. Yeah, now that I see him walking, I definitely see the 70s with those with those pants. Yeah, I see it now. But this is definitely a game that is designed to be live service, even though they didn't say it's live service yet. And with that said, Sony's clearly not learning. They're still publishing live service games to try to, catch lightning in a bottle. They're still trying to push for weird character designs. Granted, this time they're not as bad, and at least the world itself looks really cool. Like the art style, I think looks great. The colors are vivid. I mean, like this looks fantastic. I'm not going to lie and say this looks bad. I think this looks really good. But the characters, like what is up with even the NPCs? They just look so different compared to that first game. Let me see what the chat's saying at this point. They're all garbage. All right, let me scroll up. Are you anti-rainbow, the message, because it's ruining games, or because you're a Muslim, or both? I mean, to be clear, so when I was younger, I had the mentality of like, let people do what they want to do as long as it doesn't hurt others. Like the whole libertarian mindset. This was like during high school and early college years. I had that mindset, but then I realized that there are self-destructive things that people do that we shouldn't encourage, because when more people start doing these self-destructive things, then it leads to society going towards a downward spiral. Even if even if we want to go the route of like, hey, as long as they're not pushing it, as long as they're not hurting other people, as long as they're consenting adults. And I think, regardless, even if someone is an adult and they consent to something, I don't think it should always be something that's allowed. For example, with these gambling sites that they're pushing that are not gambling, and they're trying to say they're investments, but it's actual gambling. Like these gambling sites that allow you to bet on what's going to happen during the Super Bowl. Is there going to be a surprise singer? Which song is going to be sung, etc. Like all these things. Like there's these a bunch of gambling sites which they're claiming that they're not gambling, but it actually is gambling. Even if someone is an adult and they consent to that, I think that it shouldn't be encouraged, because regardless, it's a self-destructive. It's just self-destructive. Like they're throwing away their money. They're putting themselves further into debt, and the people who are controlling the whole system, they have it rigged. And not only they have it rigged as like who's going to win and all that stuff, but they also have it rigged so that the people who are paying the money are psychologically thrown into a black hole. Like they're falling deeper and deeper into the addiction of putting more and more money. And regardless of how old somebody is, or like whether they say, yeah, I consent to this, I think we shouldn't allow people to do that, because it's just self-destructive to themselves, and as a whole, it's self-destructive to society. So I think the best thing for us to do is if you really love somebody, you shouldn't allow them to do whatever they want. If you really love somebody, you should advise them to stay away from things that are self-destructive. And I think that's the best way for me to put it. Like if my son decided to like he's 5 right now, but if he's an adult and he's moved out and he wants to do something that is definitely going to lead him to failure, like he wants to gamble, he wants to put all his money into something, and like my job as someone who loves him is to say, no, this is a really bad idea, you should not do this, I advise you to stay away from that. And when it comes to like all this rainbow stuff, there are studies that show that, I mean, aside from the fact that like it's reducing the the birth rate, because you literally can't create life from that type of relationship. Aside from that, there's so many proofs that show that it's self-destructive. Like you have worse health, higher offing yourself rate, higher STDs, extremely, especially for guys who are into that. Like their what they call is body count is in the thousands. Like they get like into big groups of people and do crazy stuff, and that's why stuff like the monkeypox was spreading within those people, and it's just overall an unhealthy way of living. Even if you have the urge to do something, even if you feel deep in your soul that you need to do it, it's in our like we have to fight what's in our nature to do what's wrong. If I have a sweet tooth and I love eating sweets and I feel like I need to eat more sweets, I should not. I need to fight that urge. And that's, I hope that's that makes sense as to like answering that question. Um Live service, let me get back to chat. Let me I think I lost it. Let's see. Okay, I got there. Yikes. All right, it's live. It's live service 100%. You can tell from the loot chest. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely live service. My daughter is banging on the door, my 1-year-old daughter. So you probably hear her banging, and she's calling me mama. Everybody's mama right now. Let's see. Western devs so bad. The last decade, it was Japanese devs who made the best medieval Western tribute games. Yeah, that's sad. I don't see Mr. 10 Years retracted message. Also, the happy-go-lucky vibe is not Horizon EU. Yeah, so the happy-go-lucky, as far as like the happy-go-lucky motley crew of characters, I agree. But as far as the colorful world, I think it looks fine. I think it looks really good. I like it. But yeah, the happy-go-lucky crew, I agree with that. Doesn't help the game too bad. Yeah, I've stopped giving even the argument to liberals. I don't think consent is end all be all. Two people can consent to something harmful, and to me, some family structures are harmful. Yeah, I think consent is not the end all be all. Just because someone agrees to something, like when we have systems where like the billionaires, the people on top, the people who are creating like all these systems like social media, the media, mass media, the creating all these things that are addictive, like they are intentionally designing things for us to get sucked into a black hole and to never come out, and we don't come out the other end in a better place. And just because we consent and say, yeah, I'm cool with Google taking all my information. I'm cool with Google tracking all my moves. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with Meta putting glasses on my face and watching everything I see. Like, just because you're cool with it doesn't mean that's like we should, as a society, allow that to become the norm. I don't agree with the Skittles adoption, etc. Skittles. All right, was that what we're gonna call it? We're gonna call it Skittles. I think we'll just call it, from this point on, we'll call it Skittles. I think that's better code word. I think you'll end up on a slippery slope on either end. Too much consent is ruinous, and stopping people from doing things consensually can become tyranny. I mean, so yeah, I get what you mean. But that's specifically why I said advise people. Like, I wasn't saying like completely block somebody off, like especially when I mentioned the example of my son, my oldest son. If he does something, my job is to advise him. My job is not to especially when he's an adult, I can't stop him, but I shouldn't also like say, I love you, I'm going to support you no matter what you do. No, like if I love my son, I need to tell him, no, don't do that. This is a really bad idea. Hello, I thought you were going to say, what if my son grew up and got a face tattoo? I mean, still, yeah, that's good enough. If he got a face tattoo, I'd say don't do it. You're a handsome boy. Don't mess up your face. God gave you a handsome face. Don't do it. Let's. Okay, I scrolled too far. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it can, but I'm all for stopping excessive liberalism, even if it means being authoritarian. Sorry, you don't. Skittles don't get to raise kids, etc. I think I think it's essential for a a child to be raised with a truly masculine um, role model as well as a truly feminine role model. And when you have two parents that are like a mix of both, it's like neither. It's like a hybrid. I think you're going to they're not going to raise the child as effectively to become what society needs, and society needs masculine men and feminine women. Let's Ep- Epstein funded the destruction of gaming. I mean, he funded a lot of stuff. I thought it was ESG. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was part of that. If he became a patriotic goth, please don't support him. Send him 2 to 3 years to Dagestan. Then he'll become a man. He'll become a man at that point. Can I ask you, as a game dev, do you make gameplay first or story first? That is it depends on the project. So I tried doing story first with Nexus Defenders, my game that's currently on Steam, and that ended up not working too well because of the fact that the narrative in the game and the gameplay don't really complement each other. It's a tower defense game and it's narrative focused. It doesn't complement. So that was a mistake on my end for being narrative driven first, because I really like stories. I'm like a fan of story driven games. I'm a big fan of Metal Gear Solid, and I wanted to tell a story, and it ended up being a mistake. So with my current game that's in the works, Beware Tomorrow, uh, I have a small idea. Like I have the direction of where the story is gonna go, but I'm mainly focused on gameplay this time around, so I don't make the mistake. So right now I'm working on the gameplay first, and then I'm going to fit the story into the game. Hey, I just realized that that was all caps. Wasn't paying attention. Love goth and love metal. All right, let's get. I think this is all I got for this game at this point. I don't really have too much else. I basically said my piece that I feel like this game wouldn't look as bad if they had cooler looking characters, and also the fact that this is a live service game. You know, people are tired of that. People don't want more live service. So I pretty sure I have said my piece on this one. Dialogue should be minimized. Oh, and something I was curious about. What's your dev hardware? GPU, CPU, RAM. My computer. I have a what's it called? GeForce RTX. I think 3070. DX Diag. DX Diag. Well, let me do this. My PC. How do I see? View your PC name system, all that stuff. All right. So what's my specs? So yeah, my CPU. I have Intel i7 3.8 gigs, 32 gigs of RAM, and like I said, uh, the GPU is a 3070. I mean, it's a I bought this computer. When was it? 2021, I think. Yeah, so it's like 5 years old, and I haven't upgraded it since. and I bought the computer as a whole because it was actually cheaper to buy the whole computer than it was to buy the 3070 by itself. Because at the time, people were buying GPUs for crypto mining. Um, so yeah, and to the Concord Horizon game devs, I would say simply, why should I play your game when I can play Genshin? Genshin, yeah, yeah, exactly. Like I, I I guess the why would be it's in the Horizon universe, but I mean at the same time it just doesn't. I showed this to a coworker who is a gamer, and isn't this is a job that's not a game dev job. Okay, this is like a warehouse job, and I told him about. I was like, "Did you hear about the Horizon game?" And he said no, and he checked it out on his phone, and I told him that it's likely live service and it's Monster Hunter, and he likes Monster Hunter, but he was like, I'm not interested in this. I will not buy this game. Okay, let's. Mustin, if you want to get into game dev, the best thing to do that I suggest is like, so basically you got two routes. You can start really slow and start with something like Scratch. Scratch is a let's pull that up real quick. Scratch MIT. So check out this. This teaches you like the basics of programming. I posted the link in the chat, but Scratch is an easy way to learn how to develop games. It's a visual scripting, like you drag and drop stuff in there, or like the other way is just make a game, like download Unity or what was the other stuff? There's Game Maker. There's a lot of different free engines, but make a very small game. When I say small, I mean like one screen, just one screen. Have a character that moves around. Have a thing for the character to do. Maybe some things to dodge, and that's it. Like just make it as simple as possible. And then when you are able to make that, then make something slightly more complex. Just make extremely tiny games, make them very simple, and that's the best way to learn. All right, let's go to. Let me once. Let me. Yeah, definitely no Call of Duty killer. Just make the small like even something like Frogger, that's too big. Make something where like you have like bombs falling down from the screen, like some sort of obstacle, and then you have to move the character left and right and avoid those, and maybe pick up an item, and when you pick up 10 of them, you win. Like just make something really simple. Focus on extremely simple games, and then work your way up. Is Unreal Engine good to learn? I was thinking about starting or Unity or Unreal. I mean, the best way to answer this is like depends on what you want to do. I think Unity is the most versatile. Unreal can be really good for if you want to make a shooter, or if you want to make like a 3D platformer. It works really well for those. And Unreal looks a lot better. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Unreal is crap because all the games end up being buggy. And the thing is like the result of the game comes down to the developers, because there are some pretty good games developed with Unreal. So it's the how it is utilized by the developer. And if you focus on just keeping it simple, like out of the box, Unreal has much better looking lighting than Unity. So you're gonna have a much better looking game if you want to make a shooter or a um, uh, or a 3D platformer. But overall, Unity, I think it's more versatile. You're gonna be able to do more with it. Let's go to this Overwatch. So Overwatch, they had this trailer. Um, basically, what's going on with Overwatch? Basically, they dropped the 2 with Overwatch. And hold on, give me 1 second. Let me start putting in these. Let's transition back. Let's go here. Live stream. Go to there. So, 1 second. Open that. Content. Live. Let me put in the timestamps. All right, 1 hour. Where is it? So first one was like 12 minutes, 50, 12, 30. All right, so that was the Horizon. Man, we've been talking about Hunters Gathering. We've been talking about this for an hour. That's amazing. So I better not take too long for this one. And then now it's an hour, 6 minutes. 1 hour, 6, 30. Okay. And we'll go do Overwatch. All right. So let me save the timestamps. And anyways, so as far as Overwatch, just the gist of what happened is that they decided that they need to rebrand the entire game because Overwatch 2 was such a failure that that they needed to drop the 2. They're like, this is poison. So Overwatch 2, so many things went wrong with that. First of all, they didn't fulfill the promise of having PVE. They were advertising that you and I think 2 other players, like a 3 versus many, have a PVE mode where you're just fighting a bunch of robots. That was one thing that they completely canned. Another thing that happened was it switched from 6v6 to 5v5, and also like they implemented the battle pass from that every game has now that Fortnite made popular. So rather than having random loot boxes that you could get from grinding, now you had to have the battle pass system. So you had to pay money. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. I know it looks better, but the textures are so recognizable everywhere that takes out the uniqueness, I guess. Unreal is best if it's customized for your own use. I really don't think textures or graphics matter if the core of your game is fun. Like the part of game dev that scares me the most of game design. How do you distill fun? Yeah, that's a question you have to ask. So like fun is something you have to do. Like what is so like really quick on this topic before we move on to Overwatch. But a game is fun. So you have basically 3 layers of designing your game. The core is the genre of game, which is the basic gameplay loop. This is the genre of the game. So if we take a look at like Hollow Knight, for example, Hollow Knight at its core is a action platformer because the basic gameplay loop is what you're doing within 30 seconds to a minute, and that's jumping platforms and attacking enemies. So at its core, Hollow Knight is a platformer, an action platformer. And then some of you might say, oh, but Mustafa, it's actually a Metroidvania or a Souls-like. That is the next level. So you have the genre. Then next you have the system, or it's like the flavor of the genre. the subgenre, whatever you want to call it. Whatever the word that we're calling it doesn't matter. What matters is the explanation. So the second layer is like the system. What makes the game fun within a whole sitting, like 30 minutes to an hour. Uh, in Hollow Knight's example, or in that case, basically the game is set up with a Metroidvania system. So you explore the map, you fight bosses, there are unlocks, and this is what makes the game fun within longer sittings. And then the final layer is more of the aesthetic or thematics, and this is like, for example, horror or dark fantasy or sci-fi. These don't have anything to do with the gameplay at all, but some people confuse those for genre. Like they'll say horror as if it's a genre, and it's not. Horror is an aesthetic. It's a theme. It's something that's visual. It's not it doesn't define the gameplay. So, anyways, hopefully that helps answer the question at least a little bit. Get you thinking when you're designing a game. You start from the bottom and work your way up. Bottom being gameplay loop, then the system, and then you have like whatever visual theme you have. Oh man, can't breathe. Hey, Happy New Year, Captain Crunch. Thanks for joining. Overwatch 2 is a perfect example. This could have been an email. Oi, Captain Crunch. Okay, robot learning. You know, you could sort of do a sort of game design series of videos, break down how. This is what I teach. This is what I teach in college. I think what I might convert my lessons into videos, but videos just take a long time to do, and it's just easier to just I don't know. Like I'd have to like cut everything up, and that takes time. And if I don't make money off of it immediately, then for me, I avoid something that doesn't make me money as quickly because I need to pay bills. That's the main thing. I gotta focus on what pays bills. That's why I'm working a warehouse job. I gotta pay bills. Like, do you enjoy your own game, or you too much how the sausage? I enjoyed Nexus Defenders. I thought that was. I mean, I don't play it on my spare time, but when I was play testing it over and over and over, like it was important for me to say, does this feel fun? Anyways, let's get back into this. So we saw this whole like story trailer of the new season. Let's go here. No, this is more. Okay, this dude's just talking. So, anyways, yeah, like as I mentioned, so what they're doing is they're adding in 5 new characters for this relaunch. This I don't know who this dude is. I remember Jeff Kaplan was the main dude for the first game, but yeah, they're basically saying, hey, we're right off the bat, we have 5 new heroes. We're gonna have 10 in total for this season, because they want to really get people back into the game. They did reintroduce the what was it called? The loot drops, the random loot drops that you get from grinding. They reintroduced that, and sounds like they are trying to get people back in because they have this whole system where they basically built this platform, this game full of characters, and yeah, like the characters are pretty cool. Most of them are cool. Yeah, they did add some goofy ones eventually. Like I recall when Blizzard was having, I can't remember, like one of the million times that Blizzard got in trouble for guys who are up high in the ladder messing with women on the bottom. Um, they eventually were like, hey, here's this new character. He's or they are a Thai character and they them or something like that. I can't remember. Or either way, like the whole point was like they tried to distract people by, oh, I'm not even showing the video right now. Whoops. Let me switch screens. Transition. Yeah. I'm talking about what's on my screen, and I'm not even showing what's on the screen. How unprofessional of me. Well, anyways, what was I saying is, man, I can't breathe. Whoa, they gave her a big butt. Jeez. Anyways, I can't breathe too. Anyways, I shouldn't have said that out loud. I should have been more mature about that. What I was saying, I was talking about the changes that they're making. Oh yeah, so they have like all these characters. Most of them are very cool. Yeah, they did add some like really dumb characters over the years. Once they lost the plot. Strangely feminine, they, them, just saying. So the thing that they are having controversy with now, let me see if I let me take this off screen for a second. Go to my X account. I think I bookmarked it. How do I see my bookmarks? There it is, bookmarks. Okay, so let me put this goofball on the screen. Transition. So yeah, she's talking about. Well, first of all, like I am so tired of like the like women who go on camera and start whispering like they're having bedroom talk. Like, why do you think that's appropriate? Like she's whispering like she's doing bedroom talk, and I know like I don't watch what's her name, Pokimane. I don't watch her at all. She just shows up on my feed randomly when people talk about her like saying something dumb. But a lot of times she'll have these videos where I can't do it because my voice is so scratchy right now because of the pollen, the allergies. But like she'll talk bedroom talk. Like she'll whisper into the camera like she's trying to. I mean, there's no way she is unaware of what she's doing. She's clearly doing it to try to turn on her audience, and it's just gross. Like the way how she talks to the like that, and she's doing the same thing. This woman's doing the same thing where she's like talking extremely softly, like more softly than you could tell that's not her like normal speaking voice, and she's speaking in a way which is like, come on, stop talking like that. This is talk normal. Bedroom talk is inappropriate when you're putting out a video online. Anyways, that was a random rant. I'm probably gonna get canceled for that. But the point being is that she's making this whole thing about the character Anran, which is the character she voices. I put her in the thumbnail. Anran. Let me pull up a picture real quick. Anran Overwatch. Okay, so all right, yeah, this character right here. So this is the character. I guess her nose was too small for some weirdos who are like, yeah, like give her a bigger nose. So I guess this is, I don't know what this is, but people are editing and say, oh, let's give her a bigger nose. I don't understand. Like, why is this even a big deal? Like this. It just makes her look like a completely different person. I don't even know what's the point of this, but So her thing, oh man, speaking of nose, I can't breathe. Her thing that she was saying is that she was advocating for Anran to not look like what she ended up looking like. And she's still advocating. Like, that's what the main point. And she's telling her fans, you need to be loud with me. I want you to advocate with me. So, like, she's gathering this loud minority, people who, who is demanding for her to have a bigger nose? That doesn't make any sense. If this is the thing you're losing sleep over, like, what's wrong with you? Like, her entire point at the end was that, like she said here, let's go to the end. Let me let her speak for herself.
Honest as possible, to not hold anything back. And it's my hope that this isn't for naught, right? That they see it, they hear it from you all too.
Okay. Let me.
We'll keep championing kindness and with hopium. Because Overwatch is not an exploration of what the world is. It's an exploration on what the world could be.
Overwatch is not an explanation of what the world is. It's an explanation of what the world could be. And I know another part, I skipped it somewhere, but she was talking about how, like, having the mission of making sure everyone is represented in the game. So, like, let's talk about those two things. As far as having everyone represented in the game. Whoa, where am I at? All right, let's turn this back on. Let's get the camera back on. Why? Well, I don't know why this does the thing it does. Okay, am I getting back on? I'm back. All right. Anyways, like, representing everybody. That is literally when you go off of visuals. When you go out, when your goal is to visually represent everybody, that is a losing battle because it's literally impossible to do that. Visuals are not even what people connect with. People can think something looks visually cool, but that's not what we connect with. What we connect with more is the personality, the temperament, the character's goals, what the character believes in, the actions. All these matter way more than how the character looks. Like, they just added a cat on a jetpack. Someone might think that's cool, okay? But is anyone literally a cat on a jetpack? No one is playing Overwatch and they're a cat on a jetpack. Like how's your brain thinking that, okay, we gotta represent everybody, and then there's a cat on a jetpack, or there's a hamster in a big ball? Like, where's your brain? This doesn't make any sense. But they keep. Where am I going? There. Okay. I guess I glitched for a second. Anyways, the point being, like, they're making it out to be that it's important to have everybody visually in the game. And there's why. What is the reason of this? There is no reason. You're just making this arbitrary goal that is also literally impossible to complete that goal. The other thing, what she just said about Overwatch isn't about how the world is, it's about how the world could be. If that's the case, why don't we want to aspire to have the best looking characters if we want the be how the world could be? Why don't we want to focus on having all the characters be fit and healthy rather than like, all right, we gotta have someone who's a little tubby, we gotta have someone who's morbidly obese, we gotta have, like, all these weird body type. Like, okay, why if it's about how the world could be? Like, you're just saying a bunch of things that, like, you think sound good, but doesn't make any sense. With that said, though, I have been seeing some people who are very like angry about her and saying like can't they're calling for her to be replaced, calling for her to calling for Blizzard to hire somebody else and re-record the lines for her. And I just want to say that this is literally cancel culture. It's the same people who are complaining about cancel culture, and then they're also pushing for cancel culture, but the other way around. Like, you can't advocate both ways. If you don't like cancel culture, you can't try to push cancel culture the other way around. And when it came to like the whole Charlie Kirk thing, at least people gave the excuse of, these people are celebrating Charlie Kirk getting offed, and they are also advocating for more people to get offed. Okay, let's go with that. Why are you the same people pushing for cancel culture towards her? She's just saying something really stupid. Like, we can't just keep on pushing for more cancel culture when we've been complaining about cancel culture the whole time. Let me get to the chat. Let's transition back to me. Let me get to the big chat on the screen so I can read this instead. There's a lot to catch up on. Are you self-developed games fun to actually? Okay, I read that. Let's keep going. Let's catch up to this topic. Domino is being loved for being cool. Is that a character in the game, Domino? The video makes me nostalgic for Overwatch, but I'm not sure if I would even like to try it now. I mean, I loved that first Overwatch game. I thought it was really cool. I had a lot of fun with it, but I have no interest in going back. As equivalent to recording yourself crying or something that condescending is telling. Are you talking about ASMR? No, I'm not talking about ASMR. ASMR is no. What I'm specifically saying is like women who are like intentionally speaking in a soft voice as if they are talking to someone before they have intercourse with them. And that's basically how like Pokimane talks sometimes when she does these videos. I'm not talking about like when she's doing live stream, but when I see, like, for example, I saw some people were spreading videos of her talking about how she is marrying herself. And this entire time in the video, she's talking very softly, like she's trying to seduce the person watching. And it just felt really gross watching the video. Also, I'm having the question, if she woken out of a coma only last 7 years. The cat on a jetpack was voiced by a female shepherd from Master. Oh, really? That's what's her name? Female shepherd voice actress. Like, I'm blanking on her name. I know her name. Jennifer Hale. Yeah, she's in everything. Like they must have paid a pretty penny to get her to voice a cat on a jetpack. Wow. Let's get back to this. Just real quick, if anyone wants to do a super chat, always welcome. Otherwise, I'm catching up with the chat right now. In fact, we're going to close the stream very soon. We're basically at the 1 hour 30 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up now. I'm just catching up with the chat. If you want to do super chat, great. If not, if you don't want to do super chat, please hit the like button. Hit the like button because it really helps out. We're wrapping things up, and I really appreciate everyone who has been in the chat so far. You've all been really cool, and I appreciate your questions. Even the ones that are off topic, I appreciate those. I think the settings should define how a character looks. Like, how would you do representation in Hollow Knight / Silksong Tekken? On the other hand, yeah, I think representation is a completely it's a made up problem. Like, we don't need like representation. The only representation that matters, that needs to be changed and adjusted, is negative representation when it enforces stereotypes, like Arabs and Muslims on all media. Like 95% of the time, they are terrible people, and that just reinforces the society to believe those stereotypes. That's the only representation that really matters, that needs to be changed. Like, not including negative representation and fixing that. Positive representation doesn't really matter. They took a problem that exists and spun it the wrong way and made the opposite become the problem. And that's what really matters when it comes to like a visual representation. Let's get back to the chat. I had to step away. Is this gal the voice actor? Yes, she's the voice actress of Unron, one of the new characters for Overwatch, and she was complaining that her nose is too small. I just read the tweet. VA should never try to speak their own words. I mean, she's allowed to be dumb, but I don't think. Well, on one hand, like, Blizzard should let their contractors, employees know. Like, and this is a thing in general. Like, this is a more general thing, but when you work for an employer, whether it's contract work or like, you're fully employed by them, you're a representative, and the employer should be like, hey, don't say dumb things about our game out loud. And like, what happens with that person's employment should be between them and the employer. I don't believe in the whole like, get rid of her and hire somebody else and redo all the voice lines. Because that's just reinforcing the whole cancel culture that we've been like, that everyone's been hating the past 10 years. You just want to continue it, but flip it the other way around. And then if it stays around, then it's going to flip back. It will just keep on flipping. It'll just go both ways. It's time to cancel. Yeah, exactly. Time to listen to some good Turkish dark wave. I have not heard that before. Anyways, let's wrap things up. As far as next week, let me look at the calendar. I think let's see real quick. Oh, today's my mom's birthday. I gotta tell her happy birthday. And it was my birthday a couple days ago. I'm the big 40 now. I'm 40 years old. It's amazing. So next week, looks like I'm not scheduled. Do I have? Where's my job? There it is. Okay, yeah. Tomorrow, next week, next Tuesday, I should be able to do it at the same time. No changes. Anyways, I appreciate everyone who showed up on the stream. Did that? I don't see. Okay, there it is. It's still up. Still refreshing. Thanks for all the game dev advice. Catch you later. Happy birthday to Mama Sabr. Yeah. I'll call her up and tell her happy birthday. She'll ask what's wrong with my voice, but yeah. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you. Take care. And salam.